Life is a trip. 2022 was one of the trippiest years of my adult life. The first half of the year, I was in a fight camp at 43 years old, 42 years old. Now I'm 43, but 42 years old, I was in a fight camp to compete in mixed martial arts, which never materialized. Why did I not fight? Throughout the process, coming off the pandemic, I was overweight, I was out of shape, and it took me a couple of months to lose the weight, to get into shape, to actually start training hard. Once that started happening, my body failed me. My shoulders, I had pre-existing injuries in my shoulders. If you don't train, you won't really notice in everyday life. But once I started to train, and I noticed that I had pain in my shoulder, especially my right shoulder. So, I went to the physio and they took care of it as much as they can while I was training. But the pain was persistent. And then I would start to get nerve pain behind my shoulder blades and pain in my neck. I would get sick throughout the process as well because there's bacteria and your immune system is vulnerable from training hard and the weather, it's raining a lot, stuff. There's a lot of circumstances, right? I did what I could up until I believe September, and then I came back to Korea because I needed to see some doctors. My physio was telling me that you need to get an MRI, you need to get x-rays. So I said, I gotta go back to Korea and see my family, because I was there for about 5-6 months, and visit the doctors. And what the doctors told me is after the x-rays, and I went to a couple of doctors, but one doctor told me that I have spinal stenosis and I have tendonitis in my shoulders. And the tendonitis is still there even right now, and it is December. And I got back in September. The neck pain, I've been going to the physio. I haven't wrestled or grappled since leaving Thailand. And it's almost all gone, but you feel it a little bit here, a little bit there, and the fingertips and your nerves. And the doctor told me, if you're not a full-time fighter, why are you risking your neck? Literally risking your neck to do this. If you continue to grapple, even though the pain will be gone from the physiotherapy, if you get back into training, wrestling and grappling, you'll hurt your neck again. It's almost guaranteed. If it's bad enough, you will have to get surgery. And why would you risk getting surgery on your neck, on your spine? That made me think a lot about what I need to do moving forward, because I had this goal in mind at the beginning of the year is I'm going to train and I'm going to fight, and I think I underestimated the whole process. So it's still up in the air if I will fight, but I'm 43 years old. It's not like I'm 25, and I think that's the concern. You're old, and why risk it? Because your body is not going to recover like a youngster would, and you're not a fighter. You're not a professional fighter. You're not trying to be a professional fighter. You're doing it for the experience. I haven't been posting much content at all on this channel because I've been over at the All-Star, working on their channel, working with that company, and learning so much throughout the process. And one of the main things that I learned is how to adapt better to changes. And there was a lot of changes throughout the year. I had a set way of doing things on this channel, and I never really deviated from that. And maybe that's why the channel didn't grow as much, is because I didn't go out the box and try different types of content, try different, just different things. And the All-Star, what they did is they challenged me to go out the box, to try different things. And I'm grateful for that, because I learned so much, because it's so nerve-wracking to be doing something that you're not used to. And moving forward, I think I need more of that. I need more challenges. I need to learn how to adapt better. I'm not saying I'm the best at adapting to things, and I'm really stubborn in a lot of ways. And I learned to kind of put my stubbornness in check and try to listen to others and adapt. And that's basically it, adapting to it. Learning so much about YouTube and how to run channels, how to run a MMA department with writers, even just the admin stuff of running a department in a company, and even being part of a startup company. It's basically the All-Star is a startup company. I've never been involved in anything like this before. Moving forward, I'm gonna learn so much more, and there's gonna be so many more speed bumps along the way. I think I'm better prepared for that now because I went through what I went through in 2022. Because in 2022, everything was new. And when it's new, you're not going to be ready for every single obstacle. But now I feel like I'm ready for every single obstacle, and I'm going to be able to navigate through those obstacles better than I did. For Kumite TV, the channel, I will be posting more on this channel. I'm going to reevaluate what I need to do with this channel, because YouTube is talking about, you have to be active to continue with the channel, and I need to post more. So I think I'm gonna sit down and do these videos a little bit more to kind of give you an idea of like what's going on along my journey pursuing this career. 2023, man, it's another big year for me. I don't know where I will be at the end of the 2023, but I do have goals, I do have ambitions, and hopefully you guys will be along for the ride. This is just the start, you know what I mean? A lot of people start their careers in their 20s. I'm starting my career in my 40s, and hopefully I could inspire people to do the same. You know what I mean? It's never too late. And I did this all off from scratch, literally from scratch.